Welcome to The Wrap, everybody. I'm Jeremy Olson, your North Dakota Tournament Director for the AIM Weekend Walleye Series, and we had a doozy this weekend. We had the Warrior Boat Pier Powersports Open, and let me throw a couple stats from this weekend's tournament. We had 71 teams fishing on a Newtown, North Dakota, and 60 of those teams caught 5 or more fish. Now, in all of those fish caught, there was 11 fish over 27 inches. Now, Fan Nation, you're going to have to wait until Thursday to find out what that Navionics big fish was. Well, I know I can't wait to see how big, well, I guess I already know how big that Navionics big fish of the week is, but you guys will have to wait until Thursday. One of the questions we got asked a lot at the boat ramp this weekend by bystanders and other anglers that were going by is, how does AIM score fish, and how does the catch, record, and release format work? So we went out on the water last week with Peter Olson and showed him what it takes to catch, record, and release a fish. At AIM, our entire tournament is based on catch, record, release. And today, Peter, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through a practice run and explain how and why everything works here. And one of the first things we got to do is take our SD card and put in our camera. So if you want to do that, and while Peter's doing that, the first picture we're going to take is of the back of our card, and the reason we do that is so that when our card is being scored at the end of the day, the first picture on there tells us what team it is. So you take that picture. Okay, and now once you got that picture, double check and make sure that it's there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our fish, and there's a diagram on here, and the key is head to the left, belly to belly. The fish's belly to my belly, and we're going to make sure that the nose is touching right there, and we're going to hold that tail. Now why don't you hop up here and take a picture, and you want to make sure that you got the head is visible and the tail is visible. So now that we got that, the next shot is a hero shot. Now what that picture does, Pete, is that shows us the score that that's the end of that fish picture, because we took 2 or 3 pictures while it was on the board, and now we know that that's the next picture, that the next picture is going to be our next fish, and we can let that fish go and write down our score. So then at the end of the day, when we're done catching our fish and we get back, what's important is to take a look at the pictures on your camera and verify that you got the right lengths and the right weights down. And then what we do as a team is we put an X by the fish that we want to weigh, and we add up the weights and put that total weight over here. For us today, it was 8.79 pounds, and then sign our card. And then the last thing we do is take a picture of just the card there, Peter. Okay, and we got that picture. Now the first picture is a team member with the number, and the last picture is our official scorecard. So then at the end of the day, we take the SD card out of the camera, and we'll put that with this and put it back in our Ziploc bag. And when we turn this into the tournament officials, then we're saying this is our official weight, and we turn our ruler back in and just wait to see how we did. Well, thanks, Peter, for hitting the water with us and helping people understand how the catch, record, and release format works. Now let's get to our second place team, Boat 16, with Brent Walschlager and Derek Sensala. Hey guys, what was it like fishing yesterday?
It was very rough to start the day, literally rough.
So I know it was a little windy. We had a little issues with the table with the bunk boards and everything. That kind of blew over on me, and so we were trying to sort that out before we got you guys out. When did the weather calm down?
It was probably about 10:30, 11.
Okay, so a couple rough hours and it got nice?
Yes, for sure.
So how'd that affect the fishing?
It did slow down after that.
Okay.
Not that it was fast and furious for us before then, but the bites were less.
Well, you guys didn't put a lot of fish on your card, but they were the right ones. Where did you guys head to? Did you stay right there near Newtown, or did you make a run?
We made a run all the way to the Van Hook Arm. Okay.
And what was the key to catching these fish that you got on this card?
Going slow, we were back trolling into the waves. The slower we could go, we would trigger the bigger bites, and that was kind of our key.
So a lot of monotonous fishing for these. You started out with a 24.5-inch fish. What was that like, getting that first fish in the boat? Did that come right away in the morning, or?
It took about 45 minutes before we had a fish on in the boat, and then after that, it kind of came quick, and then it slowed down on us.
Okay. So let's see, you guys, there's over 60 teams that put 5 fish in the boat. You guys have 7 on your card. Did you catch more that you sorted through, or just these ones here?
We probably caught another 7 total fish is all.
Okay. So slow, all things considered, for that part of the lake.
Yeah, we kind of figured out that the shallow fish weren't where the fish we wanted to catch were at. So we were kind of staying away from those shallow little fish. So
Okay. Now the one thing that's really cool about your card is you ended up with 33.67 pounds. Is that what you were expecting going into the tournament?
oh no, we weren't expecting that at all. No.
So there was this a surprise to you too, huh? But you had a nice consistent set of fish. I mean, 24, 24, 22. You had a nice 27 and a 1/4 inch fish, and then you had 115 you put on the card, and then a 24 and a 26. I mean, did you think you guys pretty much had this thing in the bag when you were coming back?
No, we didn't. Personally, we talked about it quite a bit, and we were hoping to be in the top 10, because usually when the wind blows, some big weights pop out in Sakakawea, and we were really happy with what we had, because we were going into it really with no fish like that, so we get kind of lucky. But we didn't think we were going to be top 2, that's for sure.
Well, there was 11 fish caught during this tournament over 27 inches, and yours is a 27 and a 1/4. And what's it like catching fish like that? Going through the whole process of scoring a fish like that.
Well, when it came in, we were both pretty jacked, because we both haven't seen a fish like that for a while anyway, and it was a big fish. Like, it was well over 8 pounds. It was super healthy, and Derek gave out a big fist pump. He was pretty excited after we got it. It was pretty cool.
So what's it like catching a fish like that, putting it on a board, taking a picture, praying that you take the picture right, and then putting that fish back in the water?
That's what I was saying. I sure hope I took those pictures right.
Yeah.
And not only that, we're kind of used to that now. That's the norm on the lake now, is people catch fish that big, they get a measurement, they take a picture and release it. So it is pretty well a common thing around here.
There was a lot of people. I think we had more people at weigh-in just coming and asking questions, wondering what was going on and wondering how the catch, photo, release, catch, record, release process works. What's that mean to you guys to be able to fish a tournament like that?
Well, personally, I guess to me it looks really good to the non-tournament anglers to see those fish going back in the water, and then they're a little less judgmental of a tournament coming in and taking all their fish. They're all released, and they're going back for someone else to catch.
Cool. So I think the big question that the folks are asking, we're coming up on a holiday weekend. A lot of people are taking some vacation time, and Van Hook is a place to go to. What's the technique that you could share with them, or maybe a tip that will help them put more fish in the boat as they're fishing this week?
Well, I guess it depends on what they want to catch. If they want to catch a lot of fish, you stay under 20 feet of water and use leeches and crawlers, you're gonna put numbers in the boat. Any island, any main point coming into a bay or the main lakes, there's fish on them, but there are a lot of 14 to 20 inch eater fish.
Sweet. Well, anything else you guys got to say before we head off to talk to Pearl about her bag that was just a little bigger than yours?
I guess I want to thank AIM for putting on the tournament. We had a great time. We personally don't have any sponsors, but we've got some good friends that hooked us up with some bait on the last day before we can get in the tournament. So I want to thank our buddy Callum Latendress and Dennis Benzie for hooking us up with bait, and then all the other friends out there that we enjoy fishing with. They always help us out too.
Well, we loved having you fishing with us this weekend at our Warrior Boats Powersports Open, and congratulations on a wonderful second place finish, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good day. The whole format of the AIM Weekend Walleye Series is set up for the working angler. So you can leave work on Friday, pre-fish Saturday, and hit the water and compete on Sunday and still be home in time for work on Monday. Now, the AIM Weekend Walleye Series is more than just 5 different tournaments. It's a series. So we have Team of the Year points, and here's how they work. Each event you enter, you automatically get 100 points. Then the day of the tournament, you're granted points based on the percentage of weight that you catch compared to the leader. If you enter any 3 events, you qualify for the state championship. At the end of the year, we take your best 3 qualifying event points and the points from your state championship, and we tabulate those into Team of the Year points. Now, the top 5 teams get an invitation to the national championship, which takes place somewhere in one of the 3 states the following May. This year, the team with the most points who wins Team of the Year is going to take home a Yamaha Kicker motor. And that's how the Team of the Year points are calculated for the AIM Weekend Walleye Series. So now, let's jump into our first place interview with Pearl and Scott Gillespie that put together an impressive 33.67 pounds. Hey guys, how's it going?
Yesterday was a fun day. It was a little hairy coming around the bend at Pouch Point. The river was smooth, everybody's sailing. We came around the point and a lot of people caught air, heard some props spinning.
Wow.
So the last bit of the drive up to where we fished was rough, but then we got there and we went to spot number 1. We put 5 very small fish on the card, like 13s and 14s, and went to spot 2 and magic happened.
Well, that's awesome. And you missed 1 spot on your card. Other than that, you filled 19 of the slots on your card and didn't have to go to the second one. What was fishing like yesterday?
Fishing when the wind was blowing was incredible. It was doubles, multiple doubles. When the wind died, the fishing died. So we were pretty dang thankful that we had the fish on the card when that happened.
Okay. You're catching a lot of the same fish that a lot of the anglers did. We had a lot of 15 to 18 inch fish that were caught on Sunday at the tournament. Then you started tying into some bigger fish. What was the difference in fishing? Was it location or was it technique?
It was location. We fished 1 spot for all of those fish. And once you find those, you don't leave. So we spent the entire day in 1 spot doing 1 presentation.
So what's it like getting a 27 inch fish and then 2 fish later getting a 27 1/4?
We were pretty excited about the first one and we were ecstatic about the second.
Yeah. So what made fishing tough on Sunday?
Like you said, I mean, there are a ton of tiny fish in the system right now and it's pretty rare or so our experience has been to come across a pot of big fish. So finding those big fish was a challenge.
But once you found them, they were obviously all there because you got a 27, a 23, a 27, a 24. You skipped a 22, so you could add a 26 inch fish at the end of your card. That's pretty good way to end the day.
Yeah. There's a funny story about that 26 inch fish. Do you want to hear it?
We definitely want to hear the funny story about your 26 inch fish.
So we were packing up after the one before that. Had the rods tied down and Scott says, I think we have time for 1 more pass. Let's make 1 more pass. That way, if we lose, we can at least say we didn't quit early. And that fish, had we not caught it,
would have put you in second place.
So sorry, Brent.
Yeah. Well, and it's
$4,000 pass.
Yeah. Well, and it's crazy. There's a lot of guys that struggled to get a limit. Most of the anglers caught fish, but they were all those little ones. And you just decided to do 1 pass that put you in first place. That's pretty amazing. The question I got for you, Pearl, it's been a weird year with COVID and everything. You're not fishing the NWT. What's it like fishing the AIM series in North Dakota, or getting to fish the AIM series in North Dakota when everything else is going so crazy?
We're pretty grateful for the AIM series this year. I mean, like you said, the NWT is not going to work out for me this year, which is disappointing. But at the same time, then we get to fish 5 tournaments together in our home body of water multiple times, which is a fun thing. So go AIM. We're thrilled.
So I got a question for you. I know you weren't thinking about fishing Devil's Lake, and I heard a rumor that you're going to be fishing Devil's Lake now just because of Team of the Year points. What's it mean, Scott, to fish a series where you get points for every tournament you're at, and it kind of makes your decisions a little easier or harder on which tournaments you're going to fish and not?
After Garrison, we don't have much of a choice. Garrison was pretty bad, so we're good to be back in the running, I guess, because Garrison did not treat us well. So
yeah, and I know it's hard fishing. I mean, North Dakota, we're pretty spoiled. You got your Devil's Lake crew and you got your Sakakawea crew, and we tend not to like to fish the other bodies of water. But I know last year at the state championship, you put in a heck of a bag, just fishing hard. So what's your plan for fishing Devil's Lake in a couple weeks?
Oh gosh, I cover a lot of water and hope to find some techniques that are working, because I mean, they might be on the piles, they might be on, might be a bobber bite, who knows. So we're gonna hopefully put in 3 or 4 good days of pre-fishing and hopefully put a good attack together.
Well, the last question I got for you two, congratulations on this first place finish here at Newtown. For the folks that are going to head to the lake this weekend, what's some tips and tricks for them to put them on fish? Is there a bait that's better than the other, or cranking versus live bait?
I think that crankbaits are producing bigger fish, but you can go out and catch fish in this system without really even trying. They're smaller. It's hard to find bigger fish, and the biggest thing there is trust your graph. The fish right now are not where you expect them to be. Normal years, you're fishing in 15 feet of water now, pulling Lindy rigs with live bait. And our experience so far this year, that is not producing big fish. They're either really shallow or really deep. There's nothing in that middle ground that we're interested in catching, I guess.
Well, so the key takeaway is take a look at your graph and fish where the fish are, not where you're used to fishing. Well, congratulations, guys, on your first place win here in Newtown, and can't wait to see you in a couple weeks at Devil's Lake, and have fun pre-fishing over the weekend.
All right. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Jeremy.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that great interview, guys. Now, Fan Nation, the weekend after the 4th of July is going to be insane. We have a doubleheader at Leech Lake, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. And in North Dakota, we're going to be fishing at Devil's Lake out of Woodlands Resort, and that's going to be a blast. The fishing over there is really hot. So if you're not signed up for one of those events, so make sure you sign up for your qualifying events in your divisions, your states today, and we'll see you in 2 weeks on The Wrap.